Monday Night Football. The New England Patriots travel to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Today, I got my favorite player prop, spread pick. Same game parlay coming your guys' way. What's going on? My name's Austin from Calling Our Shot. If you're new to our channel, go do a flavor down below. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like too, and let me know your favorite play. It can be your player prop, it can be a spread pick, it can be an over-under. I don't care what it is. Drop it in the comment section down below. I'll recap how all of our plays did from Sunday in Week 14, but we'll do that in Wednesday. Let's hop into my player prop though. No more dilly-dallying. We're going with this guy, Ramondre Stevenson, the New England Patriots starting running back, over 33.5 receiving yards, minus 115 on DraftKings. I'd probably play this up to 37.5. Now, I do think Ramondre Stevenson has a pretty decent game on the ground as well, but I'd much rather his receiving yards, and let's talk about him a little bit, as Damian Harris, his backup, was the starter at the beginning of the year, but now his backup is doubtful for this contest. So Stevenson, yet again, is going to suit up. He's going to play running back one on this team, and he's one of the few bell cows in the NFL. One guy that's going to probably be on the field for over 80% of the snaps, including basically every single passing down. Now, over the last 6 weeks, when we've seen Harris mostly injured, somewhat in there, but still kind of banged up, we've seen Stevenson played a huge factor in the receiving game, and now the lead wide receiver, Jacoby Myers, is out. And while Jacoby Myers was a little bit banged up last week, he was out completely this week, and there's going to be even more targets up for grabs, and I could see Stevenson going out there and grabbing him. He has a pretty good connection with Mac Jones, but you look at further into these last 6 games when we've seen Stevenson take a big step up. I mean, he's had 6+ targets in all 6 games. So he's seen a lot of targets, the ball's coming his way, and over those games, he's averaged nearly 50 receiving yards, 49.5 to be exact over these last 6. And he's hit the over in 4 of the 6 games. In the 4 games he hit the over, he crushed it. He had 50+ receiving yards in all those 4 games. Now, last week he did go under. He had, I think, 6 receptions, but only 24 yards. He wasn't able to do much with his targets, but that was against a very good Bills defense that has a lot of good guys that can go out there and tackle you. At least their linebackers are very good. Tremaine Edmonds did return last week. Now, the Cardinals don't really have that. They have a great cornerback. They've been doing very good at limiting opposing wide receivers. However, running backs and even tight ends, if you want to look at some tight ends, have done pretty well against them. And you look last week, or I guess 2 weeks ago, because the Cardinals were on a bye last week, they let a guy like Austin Eckler have 60 receiving yards versus them. The week before that, they had Christian McCaffrey, 67. Kyron Williams, you might not know him, he's the Rams receiving back, he had 30. Now, sure, Stevenson is not Austin Eckler or Christian McCaffrey, but he also sees a ton of volume, just like those two guys, and sees a lot more volume than a lot of guys that are getting 20 to 30 receiving yards. It's almost like every single week we're seeing this Cardinals team give up 25, 30, 35 receiving yards to a running back, and then when they face those elite guys, they take well advantage of that. Well, you look at Stevenson, 6+ receptions in 5 of the last 6 weeks. So he's been absolutely just a target share fiend. He's been getting a ton of targets, and I think Mac Jones, without Jacoby Myers, is going to drop back, doesn't want to take sacks. He's going to dump it off to Stevenson, and Stevenson can make guys miss. He can take one catch for 4 yards, take it for 20. This is certainly capable of getting it done. I think Stevenson has a big day, not only on the ground, but probably more so through the air. This could hit whether they're winning, whether they're losing too, if they have to trail and have to throw even more. I really think Stevenson has a pretty good game in the air. Give me his over, 33.5 receiving yards. Now, as for my game pick, I know a lot of people might not be on this team, but I will be, as I'm taking the Cardinals plus 1.5, minus 115 or minus 110 on DraftKings. Now, if it goes up to minus 115, just take the money line. I wouldn't lay more than minus 110 juice on it, but look, I've seen the Cardinals already lose by 1 point once this season. I'd rather at least cash if this is going to hit and they're going to lose by 1, or even a tie does cash this as well. Whereas the money line, you obviously would lose if they lose by 1, or you would lose if it's a tie, or you get your money back if it's a tie. And you can look at Cliff Kingsbury. I mean, he's on the hot seat. He's also the type of coach. If the Cardinals score a touchdown down 7 with like 3 seconds left, he would go for 2. And I don't want to be on the bad end of that if he goes for 2 and they lose by 1. So I'll take the plus 1.5 for insurance. The money line's like plus 102, plus 105 or so. I don't mind that either. But you look at both these two teams. Both have lost 2 straight games. So they're coming in here, a little chip on their shoulder. Both teams obviously want to come out here and win. And you look at the Cardinals, if you look at their schedule, they lose 2, win 1, lose 2, win 1. They've done it like, if I think over the last like 9-10 weeks, that's been their schedule. And while I'm not reading into the trends, I do think they have a chance here. And the Cardinals have lost 2 straight to the 49ers and Chargers. The Patriots have lost 2 straight to the Vikings and Bills. But Cardinals coming off a bye, they don't really need to win these games, obviously, if they want even a chance at the playoffs. And while I think that ship has sailed, I still do think they want to come out here and win this game, especially at home, where they've not been good at all this year. I believe they're 1-6 at home. So got to give at least a try in front of your home crowd. You can go stink it up on the road, but your home crowd, the fans pay to go and watch you. I think they're going to show up. And the Patriots defense, while it was really, really good earlier this season, hasn't been as good as of late, and they have struggled on the road, giving up 21 points per game compared to just 16.6 at home. And we've seen the Patriots struggle versus mobile QBs. Look at a guy like Lamar Jackson. Him and the Ravens took down this Patriots team. That was in Gillette Stadium. They beat him by 11 there. Then Justin Fields and the Bears beat him by 19 in week 7. So we've seen them struggle versus mobile QBs. Kyler Murray's pretty mobile, hard to tackle. He's just going to be running around the field. And I just don't like to trust Mac Jones with his, without Jacoby Myers as number one guy. And I know the guys like Devontae Parker, Nelson Aguilar, Kendrick Bourne, those guys can step up, but the Cardinals team in the secondary is very talented, and unless Hunter Henry, Stevenson, and those guys and Jonnu Smith have big games in the air, I just don't know that the Patriots are going to be able to move the ball as well. And you look at Murray, he can extend plays. He's got Hollywood Brown back. He's got DeAndre Hopkins back. They're finally fully healthy. Zach Ertz is gone, but without that, they're pretty healthy. So I'm going to take the Cardinals. I know it's not a popular pick. I anticipate probably the public is going to be on the Patriots, but I'd rather the Cardinals in this one. I have a feeling a lot of moneyline parlays are going to be coming down to the Patriots money line, and I always love to see those moneyline parlays because they never hit. They never have a good chance. So give me the Cardinals plus the 1.5. Now it's time for same game parlay time, and you know what? We keep losing these by so close. So this one we're going for a super long shot. This is one that I would recommend just sprinkling on, maybe $10 if your unit size is like over 100. But let's talk about these 3 legs, 3 touchdown scores. DeAndre Hopkins, Hunter Henry, and Kyler Murray, all to score a touchdown, plus 4,164 odds. You put $10 on this, you're walking away with over 410. And I honestly don't think that's crazy as these 3 legs added up is to hitting. We know DeAndre Hopkins. This is the guy that is a touchdown fiend. This guy goes out there, and whenever they're in the red zone, Kyler Murray's looking for him, and he's going to throw it to him, and he might have a chance to get a touchdown. We've seen star wide receivers actually have a pretty good chance at getting touchdowns against his Patriots secondary, whereas the secondary's got a lot of young guys out there. They might play one-on-one coverage. Hopkins can go up over anyone and get a touchdown. You're also going to take one deep. I think Hopkins has a chance. Now, Hunter Henry, I've already talked about. Tight ends, good matchup against this Cardinals team. They do a good job defending the wide receivers on the perimeter, but Hunter Henry, we've seen games, especially on Monday Night Football. He can go out there and get 2 touchdowns. And I think certainly getting 1. Mac Jones is going to be looking for guys short. I think Hunter Henry can get in there. He can just squeak in, find a zone. We know Mac Jones has a decent connection with him. He saw 5 targets last week. Didn't really connect on a lot of them, only 2 of them. I think Hunter Henry has a pretty decent game, can hit his over in receiving yards, but get in the end zone. I think he's got a chance. And then Kyler Murray. Look, take us home, Kyler. We've seen Kyler scamper. He had, 9, 10 rushing touchdowns last season. While he dealt with some injuries this year, the New England Patriots have actually done a pretty good job stopping running backs from getting into the end zone. James Conner might have some tough sledding for him. Only 5 running back touchdowns for this team, but I think Kyler Murray could run one in. I've seen crazier things, so I think Kyler Murray could scamper one in. We've seen him take one from 50 yards out, but he could obviously do a read option close at the goal line, or maybe everyone's covered and he just runs one on in. I've seen crazier things. 3 legs plus 4,164 odds. Sure, I'll sprinkle on it, and you guys should too. Those are my 2 favorite plays, my spread pick, my player prop, and of course, my same game parlay. Have a great Monday night. Enjoy the game, and I'll see you guys back on Wednesday with some more NFL picks and obviously our daily NBA videos every single morning. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.